Welcome to Call the Pen. Last episode of, I guess, baseball season. We do
Yeah,
have a World Series champion, and I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. But turned into a no hitter to, I wouldn't say blowout, but like just a gut punch.
it got out of hand.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, the game got out of hand. I wouldn't. Yeah, like you said, it's not quite a blowout, but I mean, it was a well pitched game early on. Gallen looked sharp. Obviously, took a no hitter through to the sixth, and then Seager. You can hear the rest of the hitters after the game saying him getting that hit just kind of unlocked the door. Like they just said, all right, it's go time, pretty much. And I mean, you could see they had great at bats. Arizona, unfortunately, not so much. I mean, they stranded. I can look. They stranded obviously a bunch of runners on base. Nate escaped danger through the first 5 innings. Finally had a clean inning in his last inning. Once bases loaded 3-2, strike out I think Perdomo to get out of a jam. I mean, it was a gutsy performance by Nate, and not shocking. He's awesome in the playoffs. Awesome. He's a great pitcher, but exceptionally well with when he's in trouble. He's just an escape artist. That's what he's done all year.
I guess that happens when you have all the weapons. I mean, the splitty, the 98, the slider, the curveball. I mean, you just got weapons to get for everybody. I mean, it's must be nice to be out there knowing that you're not a one trick pony or even a two trick pony. And then you get 98 with a splitty is hard enough.
Yep. So true. He's always had good stuff. I mean, that splitty is just a next level. When he developed that and it became like a go-to pitch for him, I mean, it's just defined his career. It's been such a good pitch for him. But the story for the D-backs, man, like I said, runners stranded. They left 11 runners on base, 0 runs.
Oh,
So, story of the game,
they didn't have great at bats. I would say later in the game, especially with Spores in the game, there's a few like 1-2 pitch outs. Like that is not grinding. All that tells me is you're just trying to hit a homer. You're not trying to make the line keep moving.
Yep.
Especially for a reliever that's probably pitched a lot. Did he pitch a lot? He pitched the day before, I think.
Spores?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, and then it was 1-0 game. It was a great game, and then Seawall, man, like that's it's a tough outing for a guy that had a great year, great playoffs for the last 2 outings to go out like that. He's just someone that he has to hit the top of the zone for his arm slot to be effective. Otherwise, he's just what he was with the Mets. He's just an average reliever, below average reliever, really, if he's down in the zone for some reason with his arm slot, and he just was not hitting the top of the zone.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a deadly potent lineup too, to where they don't chase much, but they kill everything in the zone, especially heaters. So it's like
Yeah,
he challenges guys. You give it to him like he's everything you want in a relief pitcher. He gets after guys and he says, "Here it is, hit it." And well, the Rangers hit it. Like it is what it is. it's
three
just
hits
it's
and
just a bad
five
matchup.
pitches. His
I
five
know.
pitches, he had given up 3 hits, but his fastball wasn't up there. It was just like
Yeah.
middle, and those guys are just getting ready. They're ready to tee off.
His slider wasn't as sharp, or sweeper wasn't as sharp either. It wasn't like as sweepy as normal. And then I don't know if you saw after he gave up the runs, it's like he was obviously livid. First of all, imagine being in his spot. You just
Oh,
gave it up
terrible.
in the World Series, awful, and you're still have to battle out there. So kudos to him for still battling. But that thing was taken off after that error in center field. I mean, he found whatever extra gear he never thought he had, and that slider was nasty. It's just too late, man. Like it was unfortunate. Big fan of the guy. Just a couple tough outings, and didn't go his way.
Yeah, the first punch out he had, he actually hit the top of the zone. I mean, that's a swing and miss, and then the slider worked. I don't know, from the World Series, even from his first outing in the World Series, his mechanics looked rushed to me. His other playoff outings, there was like a really good rhythm, and this time it looked like he was kind of drifting down the mound a little bit, kind of falling towards third base a little bit more. But I mean,
Yeah,
I haven't pitched in the World Series. I feel like the game sped up on him. That's all I'm going to guess. It sped up on him a little bit.
it could have. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was landing a little closed off more than normal too, but I haven't watched him like I haven't studied the guy, his mechanics or anything like that. To where, but yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, that's bizarre, but I don't know. Like I said, he had a great season, great playoffs until the World Series. It's unfortunate to see it unfold like that for him, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And he's a huge reason why they made it that far. So
Yeah, the ninth inning wasn't the
let's go back
reason
to
why they lost.
Spores.
Okay.
Right. No, for sure. 11 left on base is why they lost. But
Yeah,
Spores.
that's why they lost.
So he actually had a day off prior to yesterday's outing, but I mean, dude, what 2.1 innings? They didn't go to Leclerc, which I thought Leclerc was going to close it out, but when Spores went back out there, I was like, it's a really smart move. You know, you have a 5-run cushion. He's been pounding the zone with elite breaking ball.
Yeah.
And if he ever got in trouble, you have Leclerc to back him up. If you put Leclerc in the game, who are you going to bring in to clean up a mess if the Diamondbacks start coming back?
I don't even know. Whoever
No,
got a free load, whoever got a free load for a ring. I'm so bitter.
That's right.
So bitter for that.
No,
like
man.
Matt Bush got made that they got called him up in September. First, he got released by the Brewers, signs over to the Rangers. They call him up in September. Somehow makes a playoff roster, never pitches ever, and he's getting a ring. I'm so bitter.
So you're saying you know if you got a ring and you're in his shoes, it's not worth it. It's like this doesn't mean anything.
For him, it's great. I'm bitter.
Okay.
Well, how about Will Smith has won 3 World Series in a row?
Yeah, I saw that. Insane, dude. And Chapman has won 2 World Series for the longest playoff or World Series drought teams. That's some crazy numbers between Will Smith and Chapman. So good for them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. So the Indians are begging for Will Smith and Chapman. The Padres, the Mariners, and who's the fourth? I guess they were the fourth, right?
I'm just gonna. Yeah, you're trying to. Everyone's trying to sign Will Smith now. He's gonna get the veteran minimum for the rest of his career. Be on our team.
Hey, whatever it takes. You got a World Series.
I think that guy saved him and Jonathan Gray saved the bullpen and Leclerc. But Spores, man, like from a guy that had a 5-something ERA going into the playoffs, I didn't have much hope for that guy. I thought he was going to be one of the weak links to get to the end. Him and Chapman, and he ended up being a massive strength. I don't know what happened. He came into his own, and I mean, who knows? The guy's career might take off now. The confidence has got to be at all-time high.
All-time high, unless he's purely a adrenaline pitcher. I don't know.
Right.
You know how it is. Like you get in those games. What's that?
It could be a fluke. You never know. Yeah, it could have been the adrenaline. We'll see what all of a sudden the regular season starts, and he could be opposite for all I know.
I don't think it's a fluke. They know something about him. They put him in those positions time and time again. You know, trusting his stuff, and then he showed him he could do it.
Yeah,
his stuff has always been there. So I'm wondering. You know, let's take a quick look, real quick. So yeah, during the season he had 5.5 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, 66 strikeouts. I mean, he threw more than I thought. Maybe I was thinking his season was cut short. Career 5 ERA. Yeah.
How many?
You're right.
Was it the first full year?
No, he's thrown in 137 games.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So something happened. Something clicked. Who knows?
Got to be one of those things where the stuff has always been there and it all clicked at the right time, just when the Rangers needed it. So hopefully, yeah, his career takes off after this huge confidence boost for sure.
Good for him. Good for Leclerc. I feel like that guy was kind of on his way.
Well, he was hurt a lot, wasn't he? Did he get
he got an extension, then he got hurt, and even when he came back, he was not very good took him a while, really. I would say a couple years. And now, he's probably one of the better guys in baseball.
Yeah. Oh, it's good for him.
And then how about Semien? Ever since we got cut out, it's too bad I didn't record yesterday, but we had fantasy guru Steve on here for the guy that made the call for Semien's homer. And then since he made the call, I mean, the guy raked.
Yeah, raked. Yeah, I'm happy for him. He had an insane year, so.
He was emotional at his interview after the game on the field. You could just tell it was just like you could tell it was like a childhood dream to win the World Series. because he never really shows emotion on the field. When he hit the homer, he was definitely showing a lot of emotion. He could just, it's what we dream about. It's the feeling. I was definitely a little bit of jealous of that one too. It's a lot of bitterness. Like,
Well, you're a competitor. You're like, man, I wish that was me. Like I fought because that's what he said. He said it perfectly. He's like, this is what I trained for my whole life.
yeah,
Like, and it's here. Like we did it. And so like I'm watching that. I'm like, man, that must feel so good. As you're watching it, you're like, oh, I hate him. I
like
want to do it.
I hate him. I'm jealous. I'm mad. I never got the feeling.
Jealous. No,
So
for
jealous.
sure.
I gotta like try to coach to get even if I was a coach, I don't think the feeling would be so satisfying.
I don't know. I think it would. I texted Brett Hayes. He's the bullpen coach over there. Me and him were real good friends with the Marlins, and that's got to be an incredible feeling because you're grinding it out with them. If you're emotionally invested in your players when you're a coach. So I don't know. I think it'd be equally as gratifying. I mean, Maddox, the pitching coach, that was his first World Series win, and he was emotional. You could see it in his face.
Been around a long time.
So, anyhow, yeah, Jose Leclerc. By the way, he's got a career 3 ERA, man. He's got good. He's really good.
They gave him an extension for a reason early in his career.
Yeah.
How about if you're the former GM Daniels and you basically put this team together and then they fire you and then now they win the World Series.
Who was the manager last year?
Oh, the manager? I don't know, some guy.
Was it? I could see his face.
I could see his face too. But
younger guy. He's with the Mariners. Anyways, he's gone. Bochy steps in off the couch, wins the World Series. That's awesome.
Easy. Just go back home now.
They had a little help. They had some good starting pitching they brought in this year, but.
Well, let's talk about them for next year. Look, we got DeGrom. I mean, are you kidding me? We had DeGrom, old Scherzer. So who knows what you're going to get out of that? Probably a lot of DL stints.
Stop, dude.
I'm going to keep calling him old. How about when he was on our podcast and he's like this? We asked him why he keeps playing, and then he said to win the World Series, and then like he gets that feeling. Like good for him.
Yep, that's awesome. He deserves
it. Anyways, Uvalde. I don't know if Montgomery is a free agent. I think he is a free agent. So maybe they'll sign him back. I don't know. I'm sure they have the money.
They got to.
I mean, their starting rotation is solid, and almost all their bullpen comes back except for Chapman.
Yep. Meanwhile, other than that, looking into next year, meanwhile, the Padres had to pull out a $50 million loan to pay their players or something like that. I saw.
I saw that. What are we doing? Are you trying to go to the Padres if you don't even know if you're actually going to get paid?
That's a good question. Are you? You're the one that tried to play for him.
I did. I thought they had all the money. No. Well, they have like $300 million players, and they got a few $100 million starters.
Yep.
And San Diego is the most expensive city in the world, one of the most expensive cities in the country. I don't know. And they lost their TV rights, or whoever had their TV rights, they lost them. So MLB had to take that over. So all the money they thought they're going to get from TV, they didn't get.
It's tough. They're in a tough spot. It is tough because such a good city. It's awesome playing there. It's so cool. Coronado's the best.
Darvish is like 37 years old. They gave him $100 and something million. That wasn't very smart.
Yeah, but he's been pitching good for them.
He's not $100 and something million player. Give him like the Scherzer Verlander type, 2 for $90 or something.
Hey, they were willing to pay him. He's not going to say no to that, and he's good.
I gotta get on that guy's good side. I gotta go meet him at the winter meetings. AJ.
There you go.
On a good side. Just give me a couple $1 million. I'll just can be like a good cheerleader or something.
So you're gonna try to win a ring as a cheerleader. Nice.
Yeah.
I'd rather win it as a player, not so much as a coach, but for sure as a cheerleader.
The money. If he's gonna hand out money, I want to get. You just hand it to everybody.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, see, I could help you out. You should let me be the manager. Is what we should do.
Let's go. Well,
by the way, I'm gonna do the Major League Baseball alumni is having a like a career summit.
Yeah, you going to that? I was thinking about going to that.
Fix my house.
Oh, I'll just sleep at your house. Save some money on rent since I don't have a job.
They're
Or
gonna save
a
money
hotel
on
room.
rent. They give you a hotel.
Yeah, I want to stay at your house. I want the Kinsler experience. You stayed at my
I'm
house.
staying at the hotel. I'm not even staying at my own house.
Oh, that's weak.
What do you mean that's weak? They give you $3,000 if I don't have to pay. They're not paying for my flight. Anyways, the career summit. So I'm going to do like
Man,
mock
you just stole some money
meetings and the mock interviews and stuff. I want to get in the. Hopefully, we can get in the broadcasting. They need to give us a call to the pen cast. Like they need to put us on live TV for games.
No one wants to listen to us live. You got like Pedro Martinez talking live with who was it?
Yeah, they're so boring.
Pedro talks a lot. He's awesome though. I got to meet him. He's the man. He's
God, you know who
he's
doesn't
so cool.
shut up? Freaking John Smoltz.
I think he's earned the right to talk.
I know, but he won't shut up during the World Series. He's analyzing everything. This is why you're throwing this pitch. This is why you threw this pitch, and it's like constant. It's like, can we just watch the game?
All right, for any listeners that we have, if you want to hear Salt and Pepper in a booth for a game, hit us on the comments below.
Yeah, hit us up. Let us know.
Or on Instagram.
I think it'd be great.
We just bicker at each other like an old couple.
It's like the Manning cast. They just bicker at each other and make fun of each other. Then they have
that is true. They're really good.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Yeah, but they're funny. You're not.
Yeah, well, we could think we're funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, everyone loves negativity. I think everyone sucks. You think everyone's good. So it'll be a common argument throughout the whole game.
Aroldis Chapman is so good.
Throws hard.
All right.
There's a reason why he didn't get his whole inning yesterday. Spores had to go 2 1/3 because they did not want to let Chapman let that game fall apart.
He was throwing fine. He was in control.
Yeah,
one walk.
They're about to run still 3 bases on him.
Who cares? They're up $1 million. No, they weren't at that time. It was 1-0 at the time. Total control.
God. Anyways, well, I don't know when we're going to do another podcast. I guess we could. If people want us to do weekly podcasts, hit us up. Let us know. Otherwise, we need to brainstorm, see what our next step is, what we want to do.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. We'll brainstorm, see what's next, and let us know. Let us know what you want to hear. We want to hear from you guys, the listeners. We love getting questions and conversing and stuff like that. So hit us up.
Yeah, and if you are a listener, not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. Help us out. Let us know that we actually should keep doing this. And if you are a subscriber, spread the word. Because we do enjoy doing this. We just don't know if people actually enjoy us. So.
That's a good point.
All right, man. Well, it was a fun 3-4 months. Feel like we're back in the game a little bit. At least we know what we're talking about, but I don't feel like we're actually in the game. But it's fun to be part of it a little bit and have some fun guests on here. World Series champion guests.
Absolutely. It was a good time. Definitely stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit with this. Never thought I'd be doing it, but it exceeded my expectations. So good times. Now I'll have to come to the Career Summit and play some golf with you if your ankle's okay.
Should. I'll play golf if you actually come.
All right.
You might as well. It's free.
Never been to Vegas either, so here we go.
Oh my gosh. Can we get some listeners to get Steve Cishek to Vegas? Oh my gosh. That is out of your comfort zone.
If there's some good golf courses, I'll show up, which I know there is.
Oh, yeah. Get out here. Let's go.
All right. We'll see.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for listening.
Yeah. See ya.